Welcome back after a long time not doing any update videos. Been busy doing a little bit of work, even though I'm meant to be retired. And anyway, I just thought I'd give you a little update. So I can't remember where we got to before, but if you remember the main terminus, which you can see around to the left, used to have quite a complicated set of tracks, some going up, some going down, in order to connect into the middle station, which you can see round here behind the vacuum cleaner. As you can see, it's work in progress time, and the fiddle yard underneath. And unfortunately, derailments were quite prevalent on those curves and things, and it didn't really work. So I raised the level of the terminus and built this flat board in between. And I've been working on completing the flat board and joining it into the middle station. So the area around the windmill has been reseeded, regrassed. As you can see, I need to put some fences in, hedging, trees and things. That's outstanding. Done a little bit of painting on the back scene just to try and blend it in. Hopefully it's not as grating as it was when the white conduit pipes up to the electrical board were there. And I've been doing a bit of work, and as you can see, everything is a bit of a mess, but hey, that's what happens. So over the back we have a warehouse. I put some lights in that, not totally successful, probably going to disconnect them. They're just a bit too bright, they shine the wrong way and they shine onto the back screen, which doesn't really look good. Learning point there of working out where to put your lights, making sure that before you finish the model everything is working as you expect and not going to have some unexpected consequences. So the children bought me some workers' cottages kit from Metcalf, which as you can see I have constructed. 2 cottages and each with their little outhouses, and I'm just in the process of building some gardens. As you can see, I've got the space for the 2 cottages, a little bit of brickwork behind. I've just been working on the grass and a vegetable patch for one of the gardens, which is sort of just needs vacuuming up now to get rid of the loose material. Fencing's in, some pavement, etc., and a few flowers as well. So that's where we have got to. And so the next job is going to be to vacuum up a little bit. So going to vacuum up some of the loose soil in the vegetable patch. Bit of noise coming on. Just in case you're interested, that was fine turf earth. Put down some PVA and then scatter this loosely on top, let it soak in. I might just put a little drop more on top just to help it bind, but now I'll need to look at thinking about how to create some little plants to go in there. I might just put some very little dots of PVA and then do some static grass to make little plants, make some little rows of carrots or something like that. So having vacuumed up the loose material there, I can now put some static grass down just to go around. I've drawn a little line to mark the perimeter of the house. It's got a load of grass all over it, but we've tied that up. So I'm just going to brush down some PVA following that line, and then scatter some static grass on the top. I found it goes down quite easily, and I do quite like static grass. I know some people prefer flock or other materials, but I think the static grass looks a little bit more realistic. And at the end of the day, does it matter what other people think? It's what you like and how you want your railway to look. So the static grass I found is quite easy, to quite large areas, just a case of getting a good thick layer of watered down PVA onto the board. Round. one tip, bitter experience, is put the paintbrush with the glue on it well away, and also put the cover back on the pot of PVA, so that you don't get static grass in it, because that can be a real nuisance and waste a lot of PVA. So lid back on. Pico standard static grass applicator. I find you don't need to have a nail or anything in the board, you just hold the clip on, a little bit of shaking, and there we go, we're beginning to get some grass on. You just keep going until you've got what you think is enough. Might need to put some more in, but there we go, that's grass applied. So hopefully that's interesting, and next out I'll put the buildings on and take a couple of shots just showing what this plot looks like, and then I'll be working on the left hand plot, which still has a bit more work. I've got to think, what am I going to do there? Might have something in the garden a bit more interesting, possibly a little pond or something like that. That might be an interesting little addition to make, or rockery or something. So some thoughts there, and see how it goes. So, a little bit of vacuuming up, and all the loose static grass gone, so we can now put the buildings in place. The shed at the back, and then the main building in front. Hopefully it'll just neatly fit. Okay, there we go. So now we have our workers' cottage, little pathway behind leading to the outside building. Then we've got the two gardens. Yeah, I need to do a little bit of work on the gardens. I might put a tree in one of them perhaps, but that's the first workers' cottage all finished, and so I can move on to the other one a little bit later. Okay, a little bit more progress. Got some plants growing in the vegetable patch, not as good as I'd like, but they're better than nothing. And over in the other garden there's the beginnings of a rockery with a little pond ready to go around the house there, so things are moving on. So as you can see, the garden in the last area has been coming along. I've got some little paving slabs down, I've got the lawn laid, I've got a pond with a little rockery around it, and we've got another rockery with some plants growing down by the fence. Soon be ready to put the buildings into place. That's coming on really well, so that area is now looking quite finished. Then just got to continue through the construction site, and over by the windmill we have got a wall now around the windmill, and we're ready for some hedging plants, some trees, things like that, to make that area look a bit better. And I've just realised that I need to do a bit of work painting the wood between the pipes, that you don't see it from one angle but you do from another. Oh, these jobs never end, do they?